How we doing? How's everyone doing? Good to see everyone. Um, yeah, welcome back. So, I like to do these. Obviously, if you're ever new here, you're watching these on the rerun or anything like that. I like to do these um, once in a while. I used to try to do them daily. Doesn't happen. Um, but I kind of keep track every day. I should make like a little video. There's so many little things I want to make videos about. Every day right here on Google Keep, I just do like the day. So like as you can see here, like the day, like Wednesday or whatever, and then the tasks that I kind of completed throughout the day, things that I worked on, and all that sort of stuff. And then every once in a while, we come on here and we talk about it. So that's what we're doing today. Um, but yeah, so just documenting. I think that's important. It's nice to see things that you have completed as you go through. So it's gonna be nice to look back on. And if I can help in any way, feel free to ask questions about the stuff that I'm doing, questions that you have. I'd be more than happy to answer. But let's dive in because I have a lot of things, and I was working on something pretty much the latter half of today too that we'll take a look at the end here. I might make some adjustments to and things like that. But I don't even know what Wednesday this was. This was probably like 2 weeks ago. But I'm just going to run through some of these things, and I'll show off kind of like where we're at with each thing as we go through. So on Wednesday, I think 2 weeks ago, I processed AM and the PM. So I will, that was a lot of links there that I just opened. I will post some links here too, just in case you guys are interested. AM and the PM podcast that my girlfriend Amanda and I do. We do it every week. Thursday is our episodes. This last 59 one was like more recent episode, but really just couples stuff like that, relationship topics, all that jazz. We got merch. It's a process building this up. We have a lot more coming there, so yeah, AM and the PM. And then this is a big one that I've been working on, honestly. So I have a few different businesses here, and one of the things that I have really learned a lot from, and a lot of time, energy, and just knowledge I've gained is from how to build a business, mainly the structure part, at the beginning, right? So forming LLC, bank accounts, like all these different things. So I'm trying to work on my website here. I'm trying to work on a like a full-blown course of like a right way to start a business. So I will continue to drop the links. But if you go here, if you go to my website on the courses here, there is, and I actually did this too. I updated these little like cover things. These aren't like fully done yet. Like they're free. It's like literally just a web page. Like you don't have to sign up or anything yet. At some point, when everything's completely done, I'm gonna probably rethink the strategy there. But for right now, have at it. Anything that's in there, like I said, it's not done. I'll show you a little bit here in a second. But if you want to play around with this stuff, if you want to like even look at it and then ask me questions, like let me put this in here because this is really fucking important. Okay, I am starting to get a decent amount of people that ask me questions on a regular basis, meaning like they just see the shit that I'm putting out there, right? They see the live streams or they see Instagram stories. I'm pretty big on there. TikToks, Instagram Reels, like whatever, on these different topics, whether it's finance, business, podcasting, whatever it is, okay? And they see that, and then I get questions in my, my DMs basically, right? And I love that. Do not, like, if you're out there, don't stop, right? But the thing is that I have a real problem fundamentally with it, because I have no problem talking to somebody one-on-one, but I feel that it's a missed opportunity if I don't share that information with other people as well, because I know there's a lot of, it just leaves a lot of, there's like, why would I only help one person when I can help more than one, is really what it boils down to. So that is why I'm trying to do things like this, like these courses, and like I said, I'm working on this blog post that I'll show in a little bit here. Just like things like that, like, and trying to do it at scale, trying to do it, as much as I can, but shit just takes time. So that's where we're at. But anyway, like I said, there was the one business course. I added these cool little things here, so it looks like each one of them is like a little guide or whatever. And like I said, they're all free and everything, so you just go to this URL right here and check it out if you want. Totally free, no sign in, no payment or anything right now. But like for instance, I think this is probably one that has like the most content. I want to have text and I want to have video for each one. We're just not there yet, and it's probably gonna look a little weird because it's all zoomed in. But so it's called A Right Way to Start a Business, and it's like because this isn't the right way to start a business, just a right way. If you play for us, what are you talking about? What am I playing, Kyle? Playing hockey. What am I doing? But yeah, so like this course here, so like it has a description, it has themes, meaning like just like things that like I kind of made all this like in a Word or a Google Doc, and then I'm trying to transfer it all over and try to have it make sense and like fully, you know. Maybe I haven't gotten any word from the other party that I potentially might be playing for. So we'll see. We'll leave it at that. We'll see. But I appreciate you stopping in, man. Thank you so much. But yeah. So the themes and everything like that, like I was saying, I want to make this like somebody can go on here and they can get all of the information that I would literally just tell them in like an Instagram DM, because I hate not having this stuff in one place. Because it's not, I don't want to say it's a waste of time, because that's a shitty way to say it. It's like, if I could just have everything kind of, you know, put together in one way, and then somebody asks me a question, I could just say, hey, take a look at this, and if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer. But if that's not in place, like, you know, I don't have something like this, then, you know, we're kind of fucked at that point. So that's what I kind of want to do. Just so I don't have to literally type it every single time is a great way to put it. So yeah. But anyway, working on this, description, themes, all that sort of stuff. I really want to make sure that I draw like a very good, like I want to make sure that like something like this, like before you begin, like I want to make sure that people obviously know that I'm not a financial, business, or legal advisor. I'm just like a dude that's been doing some shit. I, you know, bought some camera gear and just put my shit out online. But other than that, like other things like disclaimers before we go into these courses and in this content, everything like that. And then this is where the actual content is. So I like this phased approach. I've been doing that with a couple of these different ones. So like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, just because like I am so structure oriented. I like things to be basically a checklist of items that I can do, like actionable things. So I know like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm done with this, done with this. As much as it can be. Some things are always evolving, just happens. But something like that. And then also like grouping. So that probably says something about my personality that I don't fucking know, but like just very structured, very organized. I really enjoy that. So that's kind of where we're at. And as far as like what's in here, right? I mean, these are basic steps to going from, hey, I have an interesting idea, to actually having an LLC, bank accounts, like full business blown, everything like that. And I've done it 5 or 6 times here because I have 5 or 6 entities that I am working on. You can check that out in some other places. mjs.industries is the I'll drop it here. This is the actual link to my parent company. That's the parent company I own that has all the other stuff. We don't necessarily need to go into that right now. But yeah, so that's the idea with this course thing. And we'll pop into this first one here just so you can kind of get like another idea here of what you could see if you go play around with this, or, you know, at one point it's going to be completely done. So this is like an idea. Now, again, this is just text because I haven't filmed the videos yet, but for each one I want to film like a short-ish video about, because I'm much better, I feel like, talking on camera than I am writing. I think my writing is fine, but I just hate reading. So it's like I'd rather listen to somebody talk, and, you know, be able potentially to have some, you know, visual aid to it as well. I think that would be great. Once this is all completely done, there's going to be a fuck ton of value in here. So at that point, it might be better for me to, like, not necessarily charge for it, but just do something different. But like I said, for the time being, foreseeable future, everything is just like, it's a double-edged sword, though, because if anybody asks me this information, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, I can't tell you that unless you fucking pay me. So I'm never going to do that. So, you know, we'll see as far as how that goes and everything, still playing around with that idea. But there's a lot of good resources in here already. And again, more than anything, just some of the experience and the things that I've learned just from, the couple years I've been playing around with this shit. So yeah, that's where we're at. I really love, side note to wrap up this course thing. I really love, this is all built on WordPress. And it's, my personal site. And I'm also like obviously a web developer in WordPress and stuff like that. So I've just pulled together all sorts of different, kind of like plugins, but just like the whole platform in general. Everything's sat, right on the WordPress platform on my site. The only thing that I don't personally like, if you're somebody out there that wants to do something like this at one point or think this is cool and has, stuff that you could see yourself doing like this one day, I personally hate a disjointed, uncohesive, if that's a word, like incohesive experience where people are, you go to somebody's website and then you click a link and then you're out at some other platform or something like that. I understand why people do that. Sometimes easier, faster. But for me, I really love what I'd like to call the Apple-esque like environment where like if you have an iPhone or you have a Apple Watch, iPad, or everything like that, like everything is the same damn thing. It's like that's an operating system. It's totally different. But what I'm saying is everything, they have built an ecosystem. And even though I'm not building like products and shit, like even like with the branding and with the website and stuff like that, I want to make kind of the same thing happen because I just really enjoy that, and I think it's the way to go. And I think the people that interact with you will see you as more professional. They'll see you as more reputable, and they're just gonna have a better experience if they're not like being bopped all over the fucking internet for random shit. So that's what I mean. Like another example real quick is like people having their stores off of their websites. Like you click something and then it goes somewhere else and it doesn't look the same, doesn't feel the same. It's just weird. I understand why people do it, obviously, but I try to avoid it as much as possible. So anyway, that's the course thing. We played some hockey. I've been doing a lot of that lately. And fuck it, I will drop this thing in there too, because I think this is kind of interesting and really on the come up. This is like the very beginning. There's a lot of stuff kind of coming with this. This is the NBHL. So if you're familiar with ball hockey, I don't know who's watching, but like if you're familiar with ball hockey, the National Ball Hockey League is a thing now. And they have done, I can't say enough about the people that have put this together. I don't know them personally, but I've heard of them, and I know the teams they play on and stuff like that. This is fucking amazing and long overdue. And it's incredible to see the sport grow at this point, and what they're kind of doing with this. If you're a hockey fan, even if you don't know what ball hockey is, I would at least recommend just going to the site and giving it the time of day, watching some of the videos and shit. Because this is legit, especially like Instagram and the amount of solid marketing that they are doing. I have a couple critiques about like, certain website shit and stuff like that, but this is very early on. This literally just started. So like, this is like solid stuff here. Like this isn't some sort of fly by night shit. I just have a lot of respect, and I'm going to try to get, at some point, I've been just dropping the ball on some things, but I'm going to try to get the people that are involved in making this happen on Fueled by Progress, at least like the commissioner and maybe a couple of other people. Like I said, I don't really know them all, but definitely ball hockey for me is an interesting spot because it's something that I've always been a part of, and it's something that's going to be like part of the rest of my life. But I have so much other shit going on that it's not like the pinnacle of the things that I have, and I think a lot of people it is. So it's like I feel a little weird about the NBHL, but as far as like for the sport, and I love playing in it, and it is really fucking cool. And I can't even imagine being like a 15-year-old right now and seeing that and being like, oh my god, one day I'm gonna get to play. One day I'm gonna get to play in the NBHL. So it's got a lot of room to grow, and it's just getting started, and it's off to a phenomenal start. So excited about that. But that's again part of the hockey that I've been playing now and everything like that, and that's been great. So more to come on that. It was Amanda's birthday a little bit ago. I got her some shoes, some wiper blades, an AirTag, like an Apple AirTag. You should check that out if you have an iPhone. It's pretty cool. And then a Panera gift card, published AM and the PM. I've been doing some business consultations. So that's another thing too. The reason that I've been sparking up and continuing to do this whole name, like a right way to start your business thing. Because that was the moment when I started doing that. I've had a couple meetings, and I'm literally building this new business for this guy, and it's awesome. Like I'm so excited about it, and but like I'm just helping him go through the steps. And what I think long term, I could do a couple things. So the course is obviously like, boom, this is a whole guide. I'm gonna give you everything I know, and here you go. Go do it. If you have any questions or whatever, I think that's actually more of the model. Here's all the information. Do what you want with it. If you want me to help you, right? Like if you want me to literally sit there, like I have done for this like test run in a sense. I literally had the meeting. I went to all the different websites, walked through the whole process, just with some of the information that the guy gave me and everything, and then we went through it, and it's been great so far, and we're still in the process, and it's going great. At some point, it would be nice to be paid for that, right? Obviously, I don't have a problem with it now because it's literally my first time just trying to kind of figure out how to be what I would call a business consultant to a way. I don't know, at least like a business building consultant. I don't know exactly. I don't know what the specific title would be, but regardless, that would be cool. So I'm thinking, give the information away for free, charge for my time. I really love that model. I just, we got to get to that point. So that is something that I'm definitely interested in doing. Hung out with the man on Thursday, and then Friday rolls around. I actually bought the AirTag, I think, because I was trying to like figure out what I was going to get her. Worked at Rea's restaurant. Been doing that way too much lately. Almost 4 days a week here. Certain weeks, that's terrible. Nobody wants to work. Well, not specifically there. That's a bigger country problem. But yeah, it's rough. People can't find employees. It's my grandmother's diner. Not just a lot of different things. I mean, the specific situation here is not really related to that, but that is a huge thing. And I was just watching a Tim Pool's like his podcast this evening with Dave Smith. I love Dave Smith. I cannot. Dude is just so goddamn logical and well thought out in a lot of things. But it was just really interesting. So we'll see where the U.S. economy and the country as it in general continues to go. I don't know. I mean, I'm a registered independent, so I don't really side with anybody. But it's just very interesting to see like these things like one-offs, like kind of what continues to transpire in the track we're on. But all I can say is buy crypto. That's all I can say. Yeah, we're in there. So we've had a couple of these talking about them. I actually my last one was about if you look back on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, the last video was about like getting into crypto and stuff like that. Talked about that for like 2 hours. I'm by no means an expert, but I've picked up on it and pretty happy with where that's gone. So that is where we're at there. I went to Giant Eagle, bought that gift card. Look, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you haven't had Kranch from Heinz, fucking try it, okay? I know it sounds disgusting. It really does. Like Kranch, like ketchup and ranch. You got to try it. If you like ketchup and you like ranch, you got to try Kranch. It's literally taken over my fridge. So I only have one bottle, but you get the idea. Like I'm using it. So yeah. And then promoted AM and the PM, played some more hockey, yada yada. Saturday, we worked at Rea's, took our post-work shower because we smell like food, and then took a nap. That's the shitty part. Here's the shitty part. I'm gonna rant again. The shitty part about like working at the diner there instead of like working on this stuff is that you just get tired, obviously, from like running around doing different stuff, cooking food or serving tables or whatever. I don't serve, but like just running around the dining room, and it's really annoying. It's annoying because it breaks up the flow, breaks up the pattern of the things that I want to do per day. And then like I have to come home and I feel like, well, I need to recharge because I can't do anything. A big part about this is self-awareness, like just in anything in general. I cannot do shit when I'm tired. I really can't. So that is why I realized a long time ago, I don't want to set an alarm in the morning because the way that I work best is I wake up. Now, this may change over time, but at least for now, like I love going to sleep, like working into the night, kind of like we are here, going to sleep, waking up unalarmed in a sense, just waking up naturally, and then, starting my day like that because I'm a fucking, like that is my most productive time. So again, I bring that up because of the nap thing, and I just think in general, you you would be much better off if you deploy some self-awareness in that regard and say, like, okay, I'm not going to force myself. Sometimes you have to, okay? But, like, I'm not going to force myself to be in a shitty position and, like, be like, if let's say that you, like, when you are really tired, you're 5% productive as opposed to being 100% productive, it just doesn't make any sense. So just listen to your fucking body, I guess. So I, I took a nap or whatever, and then I had to play some hockey or whatever. So I don't know, but my life is just, weekends kill me. Like, weekends literally fucking kill me because I don't feel like I'm getting as much done as I should be. But that's currently where we're at in our life. And then Sunday, it's kind of the same thing. And then normally one of those days, Amanda comes over and we film an episode of AM and the PM. So that's what we did there on Sunday. Not too much else there. And then Monday is normally our finances day. So we kind of talk about, I don't really talk to anybody. I do it myself, but I kind of go through like the bookkeeping of the different businesses and, personal finances, just making sure, paying credit cards, stuff like that. It's normally pretty straightforward unless I'm doing something crazy. So we took care of that, but it's important to stay on top of that shit because that can pile up pretty fast. And then reply to my buddy Spaddy. I want to actually shout out his, if I talk about anybody on here, I normally try to, even if they don't know, I try to drop some stuff in here. So I went to school with this dude, Jordan Spadafora. He's doing some great shit. Follow, take a look at Spadafora Custom Concrete. Dude's a hustler. There's a bigger reason, like a bigger point to me doing this type of shit. I'm not just like shouting out like random people. The point is that when you start to put more shit out in the world, like I was saying earlier, then you start to get more people coming to you. And I don't mean like necessarily for advice, but like it's like positivity attracts more positivity, and like growth attracts growth. And when you do all of that, you could very easily, like in my case specifically, start to see and hear from people in your past that were like, other people like out of high school or this, that, or the other thing. And it's fucking awesome because now you have you start to build these connections. It's like, oh, we just, went to high school together, but now we're like in different parts of our life and we're working on different things. We're trying to move forward, this, that, or the other thing, whether it's investing or whether it's a business or this, that. It's awesome. Okay. And that's the whole point that I do that. And I try to, use whatever small platform I have to shout people out and stuff like that. Cause I think it's cool to keep, paying it forward and stuff. But, specifically on that regard, again, it was one of those things. Reached out to me about this, that, or the other thing, like investing, like media creation and all that. And we chop it up. We talk about different things. I try to provide some insight on whatever the fuck that I know, and then it's great. You continue to make connections. I try to have as many people on FBP as possible on the podcast, is because I love having people that are doing cool shit, that are moving forward, that are literally just living this lifestyle of being fueled by progress and trying to continue to do stuff. And obviously we have the apparel and everything. And I talked about this a little bit in a recent YouTube video that I put out. But yeah, I mean, it's dope. I'm very excited. We are consistently trying to make new connections, find new people that are, here's the podcast episodes. Like every single one of these people is just doing great shit. It's all in different, each one of them is in like a different industry, a different niche, whether it's fitness or cryptocurrency or, podcasting, comedy, security, like it's website design. Like it's so crazy. It's awesome. And I really enjoy it. I've met so many great people so far just on this little small journey that I've been on. And that's what we're going to continue to do. So that's kind of the essence of Fueled by Progress, the brand that I have there, and the podcast and everything. And I'm excited about that. But that's what I mean is, like, again, I try to inject the tips and the things the food for thought, I guess you could say. If you put good shit out into the world, if you talk and you're positive and you want to help people, and you just, put your thoughts out there, people are going to start to consume that. They're going to think about it. They're going to give you feedback. It might be bad sometimes. A lot of times it's going to be fucking good. And people are going to be like, hey, I appreciate, the stuff that you're doing. Can you help me out with this? Or hey, here's a thought for you. Here's a opportunity to collaborate. It happens all the fucking time. I'm starting to see it snowball. It's awesome. It's motivating. Please do it. I urge you, because you will not regret it. And then similarly, kind of like with all that, same thing fucking happened with that. And I went, another person on Instagram kind of essentially was talking to me about podcasting. They want to start a podcast, something like that. And that's when I kind of dove a little bit more into the definitive guide to starting a podcast, because that is the same type of thing that it's kind of the same concept, obviously, as the business, but it's just specifically for a podcast. And I know a little bit about that. I have 2 of them, naming it, description, cover art, all this sort of stuff. Try to really break it down. I really fucking like these, checkable, actionable things. And again, not done, but you could go check it out if you want on that courses page. And we're just moving forward, one step at a time. I often get very fucked up because I feel like I should be moving 100 steps in a day, and I'm only moving like 3. But it's you gotta realize that you can't do everything in one day. So, but that's what we're working on. So I worked on that day as well. Podcast course. Played some basketball. I've never played basketball in my life. I just purchased a basketball, and I have a park 500 feet from my house. So I go on this court, and I just go around, and I say, like, I walk up there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make 50 baskets, and I just go around and I shoot, up and down the court or whatever. I'm not good at basketball, but we some nice cardio, and I just something to get better at, something to play around with. It's a nice break from hockey, even though I also do that pretty often. But it's just a different thing to do, once in a while. So we did that. Tuesday looks like it was a big day. We processed AM and the PM, so we did all that. And that's like, when I say process, I mean I do all the fucking work. We film it. So like, I set up all the equipment and everything. Man and I talk. Then we take the shit down. Then we I bring the footage and the audio into the computer, and then some day later or whatever, whenever the next part is, like on a Tuesday or whatever, I will take it into DaVinci Resolve. I'll line up the clips. I'll chop it up. It needs a little chopped up or whatever, and then I will get that completely done. I'll name it. I'll render it out. I'll render the video. I'll render the audio. Upload the video to YouTube, audio to Anchor, descriptions, titles, all that jazz. Yeah. So it's not really that hard of a process, but it is one that I'm trying to delegate at some point. So I need to figure out and work on that, because delegation needs to happen sooner than later. So we are working on that. But then also on Tuesday, we did the special calendar for Ray's restaurant again. We were it's literally just like the special calendar. It doesn't take that long. Then we post that online. I got some blood work. That was pretty good. I think it was all good except mean platelet volume. I don't know. It was like 0.3 high or something like that. I'm not concerned because I don't read into like crazy numbers that much. And I don't understand, random rant, I don't really understand the blood work thing. Like, I feel like that's got to, kind of fluctuate a little bit, So it's like, what if they catch you on like a weird day where it's like, oh, it's a little off, So I'm not gonna change my whole life for like a thing. I don't know, just weird. I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice. I went to the box. So we have UPS boxes for the businesses. Check those out. It's 99.9% of the time junk mail, so that's nice. Look forward to that if you have a business, because people just want to sell you random garbage and think that you'll fall for bullshit promo mail. It's funny. Played some more basketball. I did some house sitting. I'm just kind of working on courses just over at my aunt's house. So I was doing that. Worked on I think I worked on the podcast one. Just here's the shitty part about these courses, man. They just take so fucking long. Like, not only is the video is going to take a hell of a long time, because I hate editing. I could talk like this for literally 6 weeks in a row. Just straight, 6 weeks, not taking a break, not eating. I could live stream for that long. But I hate taking the video and then making it really, because I feel like I need to make it so concise, because I don't want to waste people's time. But I feel like I am over analyzing that, because I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I just hate that, and I'm trying to delegate that as well. I don't want to edit anything anymore, because it's not what I should be doing. I don't think it is. So, again, self-awareness. And then we played some more hockey. Weird. Okay, Wednesday, we did more coursework. Again, like I said, this shit just takes time to write. Basketball, deposited some money. I'll talk about that for a second, because, if anybody's new here and they want to hear my secret schemes. So here's what I do. I will show you via here. So if you go on my website, there's a thing called resources. Again, I'm biased, but I think this is a great fucking thing. So on here, I have this resources page, and there's also my gear page. You check that out too. But I've always wanted this, and I don't know why more people don't have this type of shit. This idea of, if you're an influencer, which I don't really think I have that status by any means, but if you're somebody that just wants to put information out there, okay, we'll leave it at that. If you don't have a place where people can find out more information about the things that you have, the things that you use, the things that make you able to be the type, I don't want to say be the type of person you are, but get the type of shit that you get done, in a way, right? If you don't have that, I think you're missing the fucking mark, because I think people give a shit about this, or at minimum, maybe you don't go to this website. Maybe you don't go to my website. Maybe you don't hit the resources page. Okay, maybe you see this shit and you're like, what the fuck am I talking about? At minimum, it gives you a place to put the stuff. So again, instead of me saying, oh yeah, I use this, and this, go check out my website on this page. If somebody asks you the question directly, somebody asks you this, what do you recommend? What finance tools do you recommend? Oh, go to my website, go to the resources, go to finance, boom, boom, boom. Ally Bank, Discovery Card, Fidelity, Max Rewards, all this other shit. And then, or what kind of crypto stuff, which has been exceedingly, more prevalent here recently. What kind of crypto stuff do you have? These, different exchanges, stuff like that. I could make this a lot better. Again, this is kind of version 1 of a lot of these things, but a lot of fucking cool stuff. It's a big pile of all of the cool shit that I've found is literally what I see like this. And I'm just so happy that I have something, and I've taken the time to put all this stuff together and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so there's the page if you want to go check that out. This is it's kind of like the epitome of my website, is all these little things like this that just I think are pretty cool and pretty valuable. But I need to continue to just focus on kind of generating traffic and saying hey, there's some cool shit over here, you might want to check it out. Anyway, I'll give you one of those tips right now. The thing that I do, the reason I say deposit money, is what I do is I don't use so I use Ally Bank, which is a totally online bank for my checking and kind of my savings, which doesn't have anything in it because it's all in crypto. Different discussion. Yeah, crypto. But anyway, for my checking account, let's say, right? Keep a couple thousand in there, whatever. I have Ally Bank, totally online. You cannot deposit cash. If I ever get cash for any reason, like gift, this, that, or the other thing, kind of fucked, because I can't put it in an ATM and then do it. And I don't spend cash, because spending cash, in my opinion, is extremely irresponsible. If you are a responsible person, you should be using credit cards, because you will save or make money, however you want to put it, but you will not pay the actual money, because the credit card company will give you money back to try to incentivize you to pay interest and fuck your life up. But if you're just strong enough to not, if you're strong enough to live within your means, you're going to be absolutely way ahead of the game. At minimum, you'd break even, because who's to say the prices are not the point is that, for instance, this Discovery card, certain times of the year, 5% on whatever. So you spend $100, you get $5 back. I don't know of any sort of price like, you know, like that 5% is priced in anywhere. It doesn't fucking matter. You're going to get money back. It's going to be cash back, whatever. Back to what I was saying. Ally Bank for online banking. I use it because I like online banking way more, better technology, all that stuff. Problem is you can't put the money in. So what did I do? I found a local bank. Maybe you have one near you. It's called West Banco. They have a free checking account that all you have to do is have e-statements turned on. And I don't want fucking mail anyway, so that was you know, a twofer. Turn on e-statements. They give you free checking. There's no fees. There's no minimums. That was perfect because I don't want to hold any money in West Banco. I just want to use them as an ATM. There's an ATM near me. I drive up, unless it's out of fucking service like it was today. I drive up. I put the money in to West Banco. Cool, thanks, goodbye. I come home or, you know, whenever, and I go into Ally and I say, hey, take that money out of West Banco and put it in this account. Boom. I use West Banco like a used rag. I'm very very gracious for them, but that's literally what I do. It's worked flawlessly to this point. Hopefully it never changes. And yeah, so that is my my little secret there for you. Because I don't like I said, I had PNC. It was a pain in the ass. Like, these goddamn brick and mortar banks do not keep up with their technology. There was problems every which way I turned there when I was trying to do things, link things up. It's just bad. And they have fees. Why do you have fees? Like, I don't need fees to keep my like, think about that for a second. I am giving you my money so you can go make more money off of it, the bank, and you're going to charge me. You're going to tell me I have to keep a certain thing in there, or you're going to charge me. Fuck you. Yeah, we're not doing that. So that's my spiel there. Sorry for the rant. Anywho, let's go to the next one. Played some more hockey. Worked on the MJS site. I can't really remember what I did. I think I just did the homepage here actually a little bit. Been playing around with it. We got the video here. I'm going to zoom out for a second so you can maybe see. Like, if you scroll down now, there's like this like little about thing, and then like resources. Like, it has like a little thing in the back. I stole that directly from, I'm going to give credit right now. I stole a couple of these like ideas. The website was mostly the same here. That's weird. Is it supposed to be doing that? I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, a couple of these different ideas, like the layouts and things like that. I saw a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast, and this guy named Jesse Eitzler. Yeah. And he kind of has some similar-ish vibes about this. Now, that looks kind of similar there, obviously. But there's certain pieces of it. My website I didn't look at his website when I built my website. I just put those pieces in there. But, yeah, kind of cool. And it'll continue to get more diversified as we continue to go. But that's what website development is. You see cool shit, and then you implement it on your website in one way or another. So, yeah, that's where we're at. What do we got next? Thursday. Worked at Rea's. Yuck. Business consultation. I think we had like a meeting that day. So like I said, I already kind of covered that. Hung out with Amanda, processed AM and the PM, just going through that whole thing. And then I made Amanda a birthday card because her birthday was, we are so far back. This was, we're only a week back at this point, but yeah. So then Friday rolls around, worked at Rea's again. Went to dinner, I think like a family dinner with Amanda, I think. I don't know. Had to tell my mom what days off I have. That's the trouble too, is like when you're working on the weekends, there's I don't want to slack. I don't want to do nothing. I always want to be like working or doing something, but like there's like Amanda wants to go on some trips, and she has like, a 9 to 5, weekday job. So it's very difficult. It just, it causes a lot of stupid issues. That's like, this is the whole reason that I'm building businesses for myself, because I want freedom. I don't want to have to ever fucking deal with a boss ever again after, I'm done with the restaurant and everything like that, the family business. There's no reason to. Like, if you want to have 9 to 5, do it. But I fucking absolutely hate dealing with, like, the idea of me going to somebody and saying, hey, can I go on vacation? Can I go do something, like, fun for once after I've been working, like, nonstop? It's like, I don't really have those urges that often. But if I need to go to a fucking hockey tournament and I need to leave on a Friday or something like that, I want to just be able to fucking do that. I'm not trying to, like, fucking, like, get guilted into, like, oh, yeah, you've taken off 3 other days this year, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can go. I guess you can go. Yeah, but make sure you're here bright and early on Monday, and maybe you want to stay a little long. Like, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. So that's the reason. That's the reason that that's one of the big reasons that I do the things that I do. What else do we do? Read messages. I'm in a Telegram group with some awesome crypto guys, but I'll tell you what, there are so many messages in there, and I have so many things. Let me talk about it, I guess, for a second. Crypto. I love and hate crypto. It's so fucking early, and honestly, I feel like you just need to dip your toes in and just fucking hold. You could make a lot of fucking money, but I literally feel like you have to be only fucking watching the crypto markets in order to make a lot of money right now, because these fucking coins are so annoying. I've tried to hit at least 3 or 4 like real low cap coins that are brand new that like, oh, they're gonna be cool, and then like you have fucking Doge just going out of the fucking woodwork. It's so aggravating. But the point is that like I'm trying to hit these other little ones, and it's like they don't pop off. It's very strange. So I just don't know. I'm not a good swing trader. Like I'm just a buy and hold guy. Like if you tell me that, if you tell me with some sort of level of somewhat certainty that like Bitcoin is going to just continue to appreciate in value, and I can see it and I can understand it, I'm just going to do it. Like I'm going to put the money in there and I'm just going to let it sit there. That is how I actually like and prefer to invest, because I like to do other stuff with my time. It is kind of annoying though, because like so much money to be made. Like just like you put the money in, it goes up. Just take it the fuck out. Like I just had this happen to me. I actually had something kind of pop off where I think I was up close to $2,000, and now it's back down to probably under $1,000 up, and it might continue to, but it's like I should have just taken that the fuck out and put it in something else. It's like that is, I feel like, how you do it. You do not get greedy. If you get greedy in any sort of investing, but specifically crypto, I feel like you will get fucked. Like, be the guy that triggers the fucking sell-off. Don't be the guy that fucking tries to sell when everybody else fucking sold. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's selfish, but, you can do a lot more good, I guess, if you have the money and you're able to and do something with it. I don't fucking know, man. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's my crypto rant. It's great, but at the same time, it's like really fucking annoying. So then we went on to Saturday, published AM and the PM, promoted AM and the PM, wrapped Amanda's gifts and everything like that, did a little bit of a business consultation call. And then that was that actually? No, that wasn't Amanda's birthday. It was the day before. But we went to, we had dinner or whatever. And then like I checked her like car filters, which I did not buy, which is so stupid. Another random rant. The Ford Fiesta, the fucking filters in there, the engine filter, you have to unscrew and do all sorts of other stuff. Mine is literally 3 clips. Fucking Ford. Buy Japanese cars. Filmed AM and the PM, and that was basically it. Sunday, worked at Rea's. It was Amanda's birthday. We had like dinner and stuff like that at a Chinese place, which I don't normally eat Chinese food. Just not that often. It's fine. It was pretty good. Sesame Inn. That was nice. And then that was NBHL. Had an NBHL game. Should have had 5 fucking goals. Had 0. Sad. But we won. And then Monday, did some more business consultation work, like kind of just ironing out some of the things for the project kind of there that we're working on. Did more MJS site work, and I don't know if I actually went live or not. I don't know. Some of these days, like I said, I just work on random shit like on the websites and stuff, so that's kind of what we're doing there. Tuesday, processed AM and the PM. I actually watched the NBHL game to see how bad I was. That was kind of funny. Just missed opportunities like left and right, like just literally hitting goalie's armpit and stuff like that. It happens. But yeah, just trying to get better. Cut my nails. Nice. Had a call with CT Cope. Let me shout him out as well. Web designer, Wisconsin. Met via the internet. Never met him before. But go check him out if you're out that way. Or just in general. Great dude. Love to chop it up with him, kind of think of different ideas and stuff like that. Then I got a haircut, had dinner with Amanda, played some more hockey, Damn, I play a lot of hockey. Wednesday, posted a YouTube video. I'm gonna put that on here, because where is it at? Your videos. Shit, where's it at? Yeah, it's got 12 views. So help me out. That's another thing too. Is like, I will say that about YouTube. Like, you can obviously see it. Like, at least right now, like I'm at 357. You gotta use videos that like actually mean something to people that people are searching for. That's the big thing. Is like, we're at almost 6,200 here views for this Novo one. That's been great. Made a lot of money from that because like there's a affiliate link in there, and but nobody gives a shit about other certain stuff. Just because people don't search for it. We don't have a big following, stuff like that yet. But it takes time. But got to keep doing it. Got to keep getting better at it. And I got to produce more content because I have so many fucking ideas and I'm just not getting to it. But if you want to watch that video turned into something different than it was originally going to be. I was just going to write on the whiteboard like some ideas because like I literally felt like my head was on fire because I didn't have a process that I wanted in order. Like the things that I wanted to accomplish. Kind of felt a little lost in the sauce, if you will. But it basically turned into like another overview of the things that I have like the structure and everything, which is still good because it did help. So there's that. So I worked on the MJS site, worked on the Find It Tech site a little bit. That is my my web development company. So yeah, if you want to take a sneak peek at that too. I drop a lot of links, like I said, but yeah, there's web design, all that stuff. Probably I gotta figure out how many websites I've actually built in total. Definitely a good bit. So we did that. Played some more hockey. Weird. Thursday, worked at Rea's, published AM and PM, promoted it, took a nap, and then played some more hockey. These days, they're just like we're always trying to make money. We're always trying to make moves. But I don't know. I look at it. I look at a day like this, and I don't really think that I did a lot. I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. I have a high expectations. And then Friday, it was today, right? Yeah. I worked at Rea's, took a nap, did this blog post, which we'll talk about, and then we're doing the MJS Live. And then real quick, I guess I'll just talk about tomorrow. Should be having God's practice in the morning if it didn't get canceled. No, I think so. But yeah. So did that. I didn't do that. I'm gonna do that. Got to work at Rea's. Have to. We're gonna have dinner with Amanda, and then we're gonna film AM in the PM. So that'll kind of probably wrap up that day too. It's like I don't feel like I did a lot there. I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about this blog post, and then we'll probably kind of try to wrap it up here. Okay, so I had this question again. Obviously, it's a theme. I had this question come to me, and this title's all fucked up, but forgive me. Question came to me, and this is what it was. So I was like, again, I don't want to just tell this one person the answer to this question because this is a great question. I'm going to tell them the answer, but I want to make some content with it because it's a good opportunity. So the title up here that you can't really see very well is, should I withdraw my 401k and invest it into crypto? Okay. So, and this is really interesting. So like, I'm just going to kind of read and some of the stuff that I have here already. And I will drop the link directly to this in there as well. Like I said, not done. A lot of the stuff that I do is a work in progress. So anyway, so we did this, and this is where we're at. So someone posed a great question to me today. Here's a paraphrase version of it. I'm currently contributing to a 401k up to my employer's max matched. I'm 26 years old. Have a 401, and my 401k is roughly $10,000 balance. Feel like it could grow to $20,000 or $30,000 by the time I retire, but I'm considering other options. I've started to dabble in crypto as well. I feel like I could take $10,000 and 2 to 5x it in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins. My question is, would it make sense to withdraw most of, if not all, of that $10,000, pay the penalty, pay the income tax, and invest the funds in a cryptocurrency? So I heard that, and I was like, that's very interesting because I have a lot of thoughts on that, and I'm actually in a similar position. I have a Roth IRA that's almost like 60 grand, and I just do the 6,000, per year or whatever, and it's like I don't, it's like, that's really cool because there's no taxes, allegedly when I take it out, which that's so hard for me to fucking believe. I'll show you in a second why. But that's the law. So, but I'm in a similar situation because I have that. It's like, you know what? If I could just, this crypto is such a good fucking, I'm going to literally kick the shit out of myself if the US dollar completely deteriorates and crumbles and goes to shit. And cryptocurrency is the next big thing. And it really does take over everything. And it's like, I could have been so many more X's ahead of the game. I'm going to be really pissed off. But like I said, I'm in a similar situation. So I want to kind of, use my thought process here. Again, not done. Hey, Robbie, how you doing, brother? How you doing? This is my streaming shit here, yeah. But work on this thing here, this question. So let's break down the 401k. So the first thing that I wanted to think about here, the first thing that came to my mind was like, okay, so you have this situation. I'm buying a ton of crypto. We can chat all about that, man. Throw any questions you have in there. I'm about to kind of get into that a little bit because we got this guy that asked me this question. And basically, should he cash out his 401k, 10 grand, put it into crypto? And so like we're on this here. And I wanted to break down the 401k first. So it's like if you withdraw from your 401k before 59.5, the IRS is going to withhold like 20% of that for taxes, which I'm pretty sure is just the withholding. Like you might have to pay more than that, like I'm assuming whatever your income tax bracket is. And then you'll have to pay a 10% penalty as well. And I'm not a tax advisor here, so don't take anything as like absolute. I'm just trying to get my head wrapped around what would happen if this person did that. And also what would happen kind of if I did that, which I'm not super considering, but is a possibility. I have a pretty nice, simple, small, okay, interesting. I don't actually, if you could tell me what a simple IRA is, I don't know what that is because I have my Roth is just through Fidelity, and I just put the money in, obviously. I put the money in and I invested in like 6 mutual funds that all have performed very well. I think, I don't know, historically it's like 50 or 60%. It's actually really ridiculous. And I put that in there, and again, just compound interest. I have a calculator here that I will show you in a second. But yeah, so if you take it out though, at least in the 401k thing, you're probably going to lose like 30% of your money. So that's kind of a little bit of a concern for me. Now, Roth IRA is a little different. I'm really skewing 2 ideas here because they're not the same rules. But with a Roth IRA, you can take out the withdrawals, I'm pretty sure, without a penalty because it's like money you put in. But as soon as you start taking out like any of the gains, then you get fucked. So it's like different in a way here. Like I said, I'm construing 2 different things. But ultimately, my conclusion, I can't really come to a straight conclusion because I can't tell anybody what to do. But we'll get there. So my first thing was, let's talk about that. And I need to add some more details to that. So like, think about what you actually have there as the 401k. Then my next thing that I would say to do is there's a little bit of a problem here that if I read the message correctly, it's not, I don't think this is right. Okay, so the way that I've always thought about this and what I've seen, is like if you have a $10,000 balance, right, as your starting balance, and then you don't touch it, you're probably going to make, on the low end, probably 5% per year if you just have it invested in like index funds or whatever they give you. And again, 401ks are notoriously shit because they give you crap funds and they only give you like so many of them, so you can't invest in whatever you want. Because I had a 401k and I rolled it over into my Roth IRA when I left my job last year. And that was a pretty seamless process. There's another part in here too that I'm not really exactly mentioning because you could have a Roth 401k, which I did, and it's like you put your money into a Roth and your employer puts it in the 401k. It's kind of the same thing. It's just kind of like split up. The Roth is like a Roth IRA, so you don't pay taxes on the stuff that you take out at the end. That type of thing. Let's read these comments here. It's from Robbie. So definitely gutsy. IDK if I'd ever take everything out of my 401k. The stability is comfortable, but I definitely think slowly investing in crypto, other stocks would be smart. I agree with that. I like being diversified. Again, I have that Roth IRA. I'm not really thinking about taking anything out of it, but at the same time, I'm getting pretty deep into the crypto thing too. It's something that just has so much upside. It looks like it's so goddamn early. And it's like really tempting to just try to put all of your money into. I know several people that are all in on crypto. They don't hold USD in any shape or form. And it's scary because it's so new and it's unregulated, but it's not scary when you actually look into it and you realize they're not all fucking Dogecoin memes. They're actually like projects that are really providing things to the world. And the actual essence of it is all decentralized. You don't have one fucking Jerome Powell that says money printer go brrr, you don't have that. You just have like, a program and software that like runs the whole thing, and then like a network of nodes or network of computers, like things like that govern, that sort of stuff. So, look into it more. Obviously, I'm not telling you what to do, but yeah, there's that. They essentially take money out of they essentially take my money, invest in shit that's pre-tax. So if I touch it before it's matured, I get crushed with penalties. Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand that. That's honestly, the best bet is just kind of let it mature and continue before. I think it's like generally 59.5 for some of the stuff. If it's 401k, Roth IRA, and that's how I've always thought of it. I want to put a caveat in there though too. Is like, do you plan to retire? Like, for me at least, everybody's different, but I don't actually ever really plan to retire. Like, I want to work because I enjoy what I do. I feel like that's where it starts to break down. If you enjoy what you do, then you don't think of, 59.5, fuck, I just get to hang it up now and I live off this other money. So that's why it's like, maybe I could take this money and make more money right now, and then I won't need to deal with that shit later. So that's like an idea. But yeah, I don't know a whole lot about crypto. I'm better informed on stocks. Any particular cryptos you'd recommend? It's obviously way too late for Bitcoin, but I know there are some other ones that are performing pretty well. Okay, so a couple things there. Not a crypto expert. However, transparency. I got like 30 grand in crypto. Okay. And when I say that shit, don't ever think I'm flexing. I'm not fucking flexing. I hate it when people are like, well, I have this, I have, most of my money in Bitcoin. It's like, fuck you. I don't like, what are you risking here? Like, I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. I don't have any problems with it. So anyway, with that, the thing, let me address the Bitcoin thing first. It's not too late for Bitcoin, and I will show you why it's not too late for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has ran, obviously, but when you get into this and you start to realize what Bitcoin is for, it's a store of value. And what is it going to replace? I'm not a fucking wizard here, okay? I don't actually know for certain. Let me turn this to here. I don't actually know that this shit's going to happen, okay? I just go from what I hear. If you ask anybody what Bitcoin is going to like replace or what it's trying to replace, let me try to zoom in. It's trying to replace gold. If you, let's say you have money right now and you want to store it in something and you're a very traditional investor, you might buy gold, right? If you watch any sort of like conservative television network or anything like that, they say, oh yeah, buy gold, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, that's what they're going to tell you. So gold is like the current store of value. Bitcoin is trying to replace gold. So logically, if that happens, what does that necessarily mean, like money-wise, price-wise? Well, let's just take a quick look here. If we go over here and we say gold market cap, you can see that the market cap of gold is 11 trillion. Now, the market cap generally means like how much money is tied up in that asset. That's a shitty definition, I think, because it's not like literally dollar for dollar, but like market cap. Okay, just use the word market cap. Okay, it's like a general, value of how much is in gold, right? So now if we go back over to cryptocurrency, we see that the market cap of Bitcoin is over 1 trillion, right? And if we actually click into this and we can go in here. And this is actually, I should just drop this in here. So if you guys want to play around with this great site, coinmarketcap.com. If you come in here, okay, and you go down to market cap and you have Bitcoin, right? You can do this for any crypto, but if you have market cap, this market cap is again what we're talking about, right? We're kind of seeing how gold and Bitcoin are relating in those two things. This market cap on October 2nd, 2020 was down at, what the hell is that? Is that 195 billion? And then it like shot up, because this means like a lot of people were buying Bitcoin, right? And this is when you saw the price go up, obviously, from like whatever it was. What was it at this point? from like $10,000 and now it's all the way up to like 60 or whatever. So the point that I'm trying to make is it's not too late. And the reason it's not too late, okay, is because if Bitcoin is theoretically going to be the replacement for gold, it's got to get to the market cap. And the market cap is 1 trillion right now, and the gold market cap is 11 trillion. So it's probably going to increase like 10 more times. Like I've heard there are price predictions, like long-term price predictions of Bitcoin being 600,000. Some people even say $1 million per Bitcoin. There's a lot of shit that goes into that. I am not nearly well educated enough to understand that, but from a very simple surface level understanding, if you have one asset that is currently the old school store of value, and you have all these fucking new people are like, this is stupid as shit, it's just a shiny brick. Not saying there's no value there, but like it's literally a shiny brick. Like you have no idea how much of it there is in the world. Like you think it's scarce, but it might not be scarce. There are literally only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be in existence. And a lot of them I think are actually probably fucked, because you hear all these people that are like, oh, I lost my Bitcoin forever. So I don't have time. Well, not like I don't have time, but I don't have like the full extent and knowledge base to tell you every single technical detail of like Bitcoin, for instance. But the point that I'm trying to make is that it is inherently scarce. Like there's not going to be any more. Like it's going to be 21 million. And the reason for that is because it's all programmatically in there. Like they don't know who made Bitcoin, like, Satoshi Nakamoto, like look into the whole fucking history and everything. I'm really piecewising some of this information. But again, that is, it's like, there you go. It's like the circulating supply is 18 million right now and a little bit more. They're currently mining it. It's 89% mined. There's only going to be 21 million. It's going to be scarce and it's going to be valuable because people have assigned it value because there's a $1 trillion in the damn thing. So, that's kind of that's the spiel there. So it's not too late on Bitcoin. I would say that. Now, that being said, though, Bitcoin doesn't do anything. Bitcoin is just that store of value. It's the first one. It's the pioneer. It doesn't actually do anything. Now, I don't have, again, like the whole, like, understanding of every single cryptocurrency. There is almost 10,000 cryptos, like, on this coin market cap thing that they, like, say that there are. What I'm invested in, I have Bitcoin. I have some Ethereum. I have Binance Coin. I don't have any fucking Dogecoin. Pissed about that. That's the biggest bullshit ever. I cannot stand it. I mean, if you made money on it, it's real money. I would say take some profits because, it could crash back down whenever Elon decides to stop giving a fuck about it. And I'm not shitting on Dogecoin because you've made real money if you made money on that. What I am saying though is just fundamentally it doesn't do anything. It's literally just a meme. Ethereum has these things called smart contracts where other cryptos can build shit off of it and actually do things. Yeah. You sold all of your Doge. Yeah, I had a few of them, like 50 of them or something at like on Robinhood, like $4 of it when it was like 4 cents. Sold it there, and then I was like, fuck. And I actually wanted to get back in at 43 cents. Motherfuckers up at 70 cents. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It happens, man. That's kind of how it goes. Nobody really could have predicted that, so it just happens. All right, if I had to give you, I don't really feel qualified to do this, but if I had to give you a couple things, here's what I would do. Okay, I would do a couple things. The first thing I would do is I would go follow my buddy Viva La Coin here on Instagram and watch his YouTube videos because he is one of the guys. We also did a podcast on Fueled by Progress with him. His name is Joe Turzak. And he is literally in this shit night and day 24/7. So I would highly recommend you check him out if you want like deep crypto advice. I just give the surface level shit because like I said, I'm not super deep into it. Yeah, no, that's a good perspective to have. I always try to do the same thing. I love hearing from other people, but it's ultimately, yeah, you have to do your own research. Zach is rolling like that, man. Congratulations. Maybe sell half, maybe sell out of your initial investment and just play with house money. Not financial advice. I don't know. Or just let it ride. Fuck it. Okay, so I would go follow Joe because he's in it all the time. If I had to give you some slight idea of what you should do here, what I would do is, let's say let's play with a number. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Let's just say like $1,000 or whatever. I'd do maybe like 500 in a Bitcoin. Fuck it, let's just do percentages. Maybe like 50% in a Bitcoin. I think generally that's kind of like a rule of thumb. Maybe pick up Ethereum's in a weird spot right now because it's pretty fucking high. It's been running for a long time. It's probably going to correct maybe a little bit here soon. Again, not I don't know, but I just know that it's ran. It's up 25% in 7 days. That's normally, this market's a little volatile, so you might want to look out for that. Don't chase green candles is generally a good thing. There you go. So let's see what else. Cardano is going to be a big player here at some point. It's kind of also on a run though. It's probably going to kill Ethereum at some point, or at least rival it. Binance Coin, again, there's so much that depends on this though too, because like not all of these are on the same exchange. So I would recommend. I just put up, like I said, a 2-hour video the other day too, of like a live stream on like how to get started with crypto. It's on Twitch and it's on YouTube. I mean, it's probably on like all these platforms too, like on Facebook. It's just a little further back. But I kind of went through like everything, like the very basics of all this stuff. And I would say that, like, there's a couple like sleepers too. Like I would probably get some VeChain, because VeChain has become the first position in my portfolio because of how much it's kind of ran here. And then it's also, but like it's got a lot of utility. You're really looking for utility in this space, because as it continues to grow, as things continue to like move forward, and partnerships continue to be made, the software continues to evolve. Like this is a good example. VeChain, okay? You scroll down here, it's like like this website's awesome too. It's like, what is it? It's like, it's a blockchain powered supply chain platform. So it's like they partner with other places that are like using like different supply chain things. So like Internet of Things technology to create ecosystem, which solves some of the major problems with supply chain management. So again, the idea is to boost efficiency, traceability, transparency in supply chains. And I don't know if it's on here, but like maybe on their website, it'll say like all of the, let's try vchain.org. It'll give like all of the things that they do and everything. It's their website. Does it say like, for instance, like the partnerships things? Because I know they have a lot of different ones with a lot of different places. Yeah, there's just so much to this shit. It's amazing how much there is to this, and like nobody talks about this. This is legitimate. I don't know, but yeah, I would just check it out. Yeah, I don't know. I would get some Bitcoin, because it's going to continue to go up. It's the one, it's the store of value. If you were going to buy some gold, fuck it, buy some Bitcoin. Oh, nice. What was I going to say? Yeah, Twitch is better quality anyway. Facebook's shitty. So like Bitcoin, for instance, again too, it's like I was saying, it matters what, kind of what platform you buy onto. Like I know, like it's a little dangerous, honestly. Like I said, I was kind of covering that in that other video. You want to kind of be careful where you buy the shit. And there's a lot of reasons for that I don't want to like fully like just like regurgitate from that other thing. But depending on where you buy it, you want to be able to, let me get the fucking thing, hang on. You want to be able to, ideally, you want to be able to pull the stuff off of the exchange and put it onto something like this. This is a hardware wallet. And the reason you want to do that is because then you have full control of your crypto, rather than leaving it on like Robinhood or Coinbase or any of these other places. I think PayPal even fucking sells crypto now. So like if you can get it off, that's better in a way if you're just going to hold it, because then nobody, you know, I don't know. No, I use Voyager. Voyager's good. I have, okay, so on Voyager right now, I have some VeChain. I have some Polkadot. I have 2 more. Avalanche, wherever the fuck Avalanche is. Somewhere on here. It's 38 right now. 38 in rank. And then Luna. Terra Luna. Right here, 27. So again, like, yeah, Voyager is a good one. So where was that fucking thing at too? Resources on my website here. I'll post this on here again. There is, where are we scrolling to? Down at the bottom here. These are a bunch of different ones that I use. And some of these might, I can't remember which one of these, like, they're affiliate links. They'll give you, some of them give you certain shit. I don't know. But like, so like Binance US is a big one. The best, what I've been told, the best exchange in the world is Binance. But in the US, we can't use that. We got to use Binance US. So like, that's a big one that I use. Coinbase and Coinbase Pro to a certain extent. It just depends on what you're trying to buy. Like I said, some of the exchanges don't have the shit that you have, the shit that you want, like the stuff that you're looking for. Kraken is a good one, but I haven't really used it. I've heard great things, and I have an account, but I don't really use it that much. And then we get into the crazy shit, like where you're swapping shit, like Pancake Swap and Uniswap, and then obviously we got Voyager down here. Yeah, I like Voyager. Voyager is really cool because it gives you better stats than anything else. It says like, okay, hey, you bought it here and you're like up. A lot of crypto things that I've seen so far, crypto exchanges, they don't give you that data on that. Say like, okay, you bought $50 and you're up at, you know, it's up to 100 now, and it shows you like that whole thing where it's like plus 7, you know, whatever, this, that, or the other thing, or percentage, and, you know, and the value. So that's really awesome. I'm going to give you one gripe that I have about Voyager though. And it's specifically about those 4 that I mentioned, and more than those 4, but those 4 specifically. I cannot take that crypto off of that exchange. So what that means is that if something happened to Voyager, it goes down, it gets hacked, this, that, or the other thing, they hold the private keys to my cryptocurrency. I can't move my Polkadot, for instance, off of that onto this wallet. I can't move it to another wallet. Like, you can't send it anywhere. You can't do anything with it. That is generally not good because, again, you're relying very heavily on that exchange to not fuck you. But when you go like this, just have to sell it, like the currency, you mean, to make money? Or what do you mean by that? Because if you do sell it, then okay, that's cool. Like, let's say you got it at 50, now it's at 100. You sell it, and you have $100 rather than the $50 that you put in. Like, you can't transfer it. You're forced to hold or sell. Yeah, pretty much. Like on Voyager, not all of them. You can transfer like Bitcoin and certain other ones, but I think it's a liquidity issue is kind of what they call it. Like, I don't know if they have enough Polkadot to let you transfer it, is kind of the idea. Like, you own it. It's just a weird thing. It's one of those things that, like, it's too early for people to fully understand in a way. I mean, like, it's understandable, but like new people, they come in and like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I'm just holding it. That's like the biggest problem that I have with Robinhood, because like they are like doing like, you know, Doge and different things like that. Like, you can't take it off of there. So that is literally what you have. You have hold or sell. Can't transfer, you know, and that is what I try to do with like the longer term holds, like Bitcoin, Ethereum. Ideally, I'd want Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, ADA, Cardano, ADA, and Cosmos, which is Atom, ATOM, and a few other ones. Like, those are like more long-term holds. They're like things that you're not trying to just make money on. Like, they're good projects that are probably going to trend upward long-term, and you want to be a part of. So that's why you store them on something like this. Yeah, you're trusting the app not to fuck you, but we also need to trust the bank not to fuck us. Yeah, I mean, banks are always going to fuck us. I mean, like, they've been fucking everybody for a long time. Like, here's a good example. Ally Bank, you know, I don't have anything wrong with Ally Bank, but just they're forced to do things like as a bank. Like, I remember when my high yield savings account was around 2% annually, or, you know, whatever, and now they it's like down at 0.5, you know, and we're printing money like it's going out of fucking style. So it's like, why would I want to be associated with the US dollar? That's why you know, that's why we're just in a weird place. We're all in a weird place right now, because I think we're seeing if anybody will tell you that this is the largest we're seeing the largest transfer of wealth. Okay, and you should definitely go follow Joe. Like I said, Viva La Coin, a little up in the chat there, because he points this shit out all the time, because he sees it and he shares it. And let me paint you a very simplistic picture of what's going on right now. I'll show you via chart. Okay, Bitcoin. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin. Everything's a little volatile because it's a volatile market, right? But look what happens here. Like, think about what I've said so far about Bitcoin. Think about what you know about Bitcoin. Why in the fuck would there be... Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Why in the fuck would there be all of these red candlesticks like this? Like, who is selling this fucking Bitcoin right here? Who is selling all of that? Like, I don't know how much the volume is like that, but like, when you see red, that means that people are selling. There's more people selling than buying, right? Generally. Okay, so who is selling all of that? Like, if you pay attention to this chart over the past like 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, especially, and just in general, it happens. Who's selling all that Bitcoin? It's not me. It's not you. Like, what causes a fucking candle wick that comes all the way down here to 51 when it was up at like 59? The general sentiment is, and you can actually see all these transactions, you just don't know who they're specifically to, because like, you can, every single transaction is on a blockchain. That's why it's so cool. But who's selling all that? It's not me, it's not you. It's these fucking institutions, these big banks, these big businesses, and then you see it on the news, like, oh wow, it's not Tesla, but like other companies like that. They're like, oh wow, Visa and JP Morgan, they're all getting into it. It's like, they call them, what they're called is whales, okay, and they have millions of dollars of Bitcoin or whatever, and they're like, okay, hey guys, we got this price up at 57,000, but we want to buy more Bitcoin. So what we're gonna do is, instead of buying some at 57,000 like a normal fucking person, we're gonna sell all this fucking Bitcoin that we have, right? Or a bunch of Bitcoin that we have, to drive the price down, right? And then maybe we'll drive it down to like right here or something. And then like a new investor be like, oh shit, I just got in and it went down like $2,000 or something like that, $2, $3, $4,000. And it's like, oh fuck, I better get out now so I don't lose any more money. And then they sell and they sell and they sell. And then it drives the price down further. And then that's what you'll see here is like, this is a little bit of like John and Sally down the fucking street that just got into Bitcoin, like, damn it, we're losing money, we got to get out of this because we don't have a lot of money. And then more and then more and then more, and then fucking JP Morgan or whoever the fuck, it's like, okay, well, we sold our Bitcoin and it went further down than we even wanted it to, which is good because now we can buy back in at a huge sale. So then they buy back more. That's kind of what happens. Okay, that's an oversimplification, may not be exactly accurate, but that is what I've heard time and time again. Because that's what these people with money do. And when they consistently do that over time, they are taking more money from like you and I. So that is why with Bitcoin, for instance, you need to get the fuck in and you need to hold it. Yeah, John and Sally, fucking up. So here's what you got to be prepared for. Like, don't like realize that this is a thing. Look at how like normal this is. Like, it just down, up, down, up, down, up. Like, it's, people understand, like when you get into it and you like start to understand cryptocurrency, you understand like some of these like things that I'm telling you here. And I didn't learn this didn't just come to me. Like, I just have been in the space here for a few months. You start to realize like these are normal things. Don't, let your stomach get all tight when it goes down to like 49. Like, trust the process. And like they always say, like, when in doubt, zoom out. You can't even fucking see it. Look at that, So it's like, When in doubt, zoom out. Like that's a pretty good trend there. You know, it goes up, up, up. So, you know, just a lot of stuff, right? And if you're wondering why it's like gone almost parabolic here in the recent times, is again because of the fucking U.S. economy and just the craziness that's gone on. Obviously, it's been a wild year. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, I invite you to at least be somewhat skeptical. I'm not saying completely doubt, but at least be somewhat skeptical of complete, like literal, almost voluntary inflation of a fiat currency, you know, such as the USD. Okay. In what world does it make somewhat sense at all whatsoever to just be able to print money like it literally like it's water and then have that not come back to bite you in the ass? I don't know. I'm not an economist, but that's kind of what I'd say. I think it's a problem. And again, with solutions like this, we're in such a fortunate time where we can at least dabble in these other things. Where if everything goes to shit, at least we fucking tried something different. I think we're in a good spot there. But again, do not be scared by this volatility, because you see what happens. It goes down, then it goes up. Like, oh, look at all that. Look, big Greek candlestick because everybody bought the fuck back in. It comes down, comes up. It's going to continue to do that. So that's where we're at. But yeah, I would highly recommend to, you know, kind of just dabble in it a little bit, see what you got going on. A little bit. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to put all your fucking money in cryptocurrency. But it's definitely moving forward, because it went from the whole market cap. Can I see the market cap of this? Yeah. It went from, where was it? 1 trillion. The market cap of the entire cryptocurrency market hit 1 trillion around January 13th of this year. Then it hit 2 trillion 3 months later. That should say something. There's people that believe in this. There's people that are putting money into this. And it's going places. It's going up and to the right. So yeah. But yeah. What was I saying too? Let me go back to this though too. Oh, do you have another question, Rob? But in general though, I was talking about this thing too here. This Roth IRA calculator, which is just like a compound interest calculator. This right here is something that I have built into my website, and it's pretty cool because it shows you it just illustrates, you know, like what's it called? It illustrates compound interest and how this could work. And I was a big fan of Roth IRAs. I still am. I just hate that I can't get like a fucking crypto Roth IRA or something like that, but oh well. So let me continue to go through this example here. So with this thing, like we were talking about here and everything, 10 grand in here, and they said grow up to 20 or 30,000. Now I think that that's a little bit a little bit of an underestimate. So I went through and I did this calculation, and you can see the calculator right here if you want to play around with that. So $26,000. I'm sorry, 26 age, 65 is like what they were saying, like when they were 65, and then current retirement savings $10,000. And I said, don't even add anymore. Just leave it at $10,000. And see, annual interest rate of 5, which is low. That's a low estimate. $73,000. That's how compound interest works. So, a couple things from that. Obviously, it's a little more than 30. Even with taxes and stuff like that, you'll still come out a little bit further ahead. But I'm going to continue all this because, like, obviously this isn't done. Everything that I said about crypto, though, applies to, like, the bottom half of this. I'm not going to advise this person to do really anything, obviously, because I'm not an advisor. But I'm going to say, like, it's totally, like, kind of like a risk assessment, like, personally. But you're going to make money. It just matters, like, where you kind of want to make it. I believe heavily in crypto. And like I said, I'm obviously in it. But I don't know. I haven't been able to pull my shit out because I haven't had the cojones to do that. So I don't actually know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm just trying to lay it out there and see, lay out the information and see what happens. But it's definitely going to be, like I said, even if you don't touch it, it's going to be more than that. Let's do this real quick though. Let's go over to the Roth IRA calculator. Okay, just so you can understand the power of compound interest. Let's do 25, 60 years old, current retirement savings, 57, monthly amount invested, $6,000 a year, so it's $500 per month, and then annual interest rate. It depends on what you're invested in, obviously. I don't know what mine is. It's quite high, but the average is around like anywhere between like 8 to 10. That's like the index, like the market index is like anywhere between 8 to 10, generally goes up 8 to 10% per year. Again, sometimes it'll go down, like sometimes it'll be like -10, sometimes it'll be like +20, like something like that, or +30 or something. It varies. I just look at the S&P, thing or whatever on Wikipedia. Let's just say 8. Okay. Look at what we have here. 35 years of investing $6,000 a year, $500 a month. You could change that if you want. Yeah, that's just the max for like a Roth IRA. If you have 57, you could start at 0 too. I'm just, doing this. Okay. Ready to calculate? $2 million. 2.2 million. Now, that's just like a stable way to get there. I mean, you're not doing anything crazy. I think depending on, where you're at and what you're doing, it could be different, but just do it for yourself. Do your current age, do your anticipated retirement age, just do like 60 or whatever. Do how much you already have like in retirement savings, or how much you plan to put in or whatever this year. And then do how much you want to put per month. And then, whatever your annual interest rate is. If you have your annual interest rate, then do that. I think, honest to God, I think mine is like fucking 20. But I don't expect to get that for the rest of my life, because I think that the financial system's in a little bit of shambles here. But I will just check on it regardless. But this is just a calculator. It's just to kind of show you. But this really explains to people the power of that compound interest, like I was saying. That's the big thing that you want to look for, because when you understand that, you understand like all investing basically, because you understand how powerful that becomes. What is this? It literally says total gain or loss in my thing 52 fucking %. No, wait, that's just the one fund. God damn it. Am I able to get into Roth IRA even though I don't have a 9 to 5 gig? Yeah, it's an individual retirement account. Took a couple investing classes in high school, and I learned the power of IRAs in yeah, here, I'll show you. Yeah, talk to Kamoro. He knows all about the stocks. I'm trying to get him into the crypto. He could tell you all about options. Here's what you do. Yeah. You can do Fidelity. You can do other shit. Kamora, what do you do? TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, something like that. I think. Can't remember. Schwab, yeah. They're all the same. I mean, for the most part. That's probably an oversimplification. I use Fidelity. I used to use Robinhood for stocks because it's beautiful, best UI in the world, but it's a shit company in my opinion. They make a lot of mistakes. I don't trust them with my money anymore. But I would probably go traditional brokerage, or you could play around with some, other ones like M1 Finance, Webull, or whatever. But if you go to like a Fidelity, a Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, whatever, you open an account, you literally go. Where's that? Like, I don't know where the hell it's at. Just open an account. Roth IRA is what I would say. You could do traditional, but the thing is, Roth IRA, you pay taxes on the money now. So let's say you put $6,000 in this year. You don't take a deduction of that. You just put it in. Like, it's like, okay, I made $6,000. I have to pay that on my income tax this year. But according to the rules right now, which I'm skeptical of long term because the way the world's going, you won't have to pay any taxes on that. So like if we go back to that calculator, if this was your final sum, you could just take all that out. Like I don't know if you could take it out at one time, but you don't have to pay taxes on it because you already paid taxes on the money you put in, which was only this amount. So this is all tax free. Is if this is a Roth IRA, you made almost $2 million tax free. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, yes, they're all the same. Schwab, Fidelity, TD, E-Trade. Yeah, I'd probably stick to that. So what I have and what I do is I would say like a Roth IRA, that's your retirement. You could put, my literal goal, personally is to put $6,000 every single year into my Roth IRA and stick it into mutual funds, like 6 mutual funds that I have. I'll fucking tell you the mutual funds. I don't give a fuck. Let me go find them. Let me show you. Let me show you how to pick a mutual fund if you want. I would literally go to Fidelity, just because I know how to do it. You could do it somewhere else. Go to Fidelity. Go to mutual funds. Okay? And then come on here and be like, there's some biases to these, but like generally I like to pay as low fees as possible, right? And I want to make as much money as possible. That's pretty simple. So like for this, I would choose like Fidelity funds just because I think there's no minimums, there's no fees or anything like that. There's no if you have this, no transaction fees. Generally, almost everything I think now is kind of like zeros as far as minimums to invest. I think it's changed a little bit. I think it's more closer to that now. But this is generally what you'll find. You could uncheck this Fidelity thing. I just think that a lot of these other ones, like you can see how it goes literally from 3,000 to like 300. It's going to be a little different. They're going to give you there's going to be funds in there that just have way more fees. So I don't know. Play around with it. But this is what I would do. I'd press view results and then I'd come in here and I'd say, okay, cool. Now we have hopefully some low fees stuff. You see over here in the this is way too damn small. Let's hide this. Hopefully you can kind of see this. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so then you come in here. Buy SPY as much as you can when you can. Repeat. Thank me later. Yeah, that works too. That just you know kind of mimics the market there, just like an index. I could probably go through this and tell you exactly the ones that I have too. So let me just finish this example though. So like these are your Fidelity like mutual funds. Okay. Now you can put whatever you want in a Roth IRA. You could put fucking Tesla in there if you want, Bank of America, like whatever the fuck you want. I like mutual funds because it's a bundle of fucking stocks basically. It's like, you know, it's like they took a bunch of them like, okay, we're going to put it in like the semiconductors portfolio or whatever. And it's like you buy a little piece of all those different things, like, and you just buy the fund. Okay, so like I said, low fees, no minimum, stuff like that. Your fees are over here in your expense ratio. So like this is your net and this is your gross. Look, I don't know what a good fucking fee is. All I know is I want this to be as small as possible. But here's the thing. If I'm making potentially like 13%, like, okay, so we're going to, that's a bad example. Let's do 10 year. Here's the thing. You can't click life of the fund because this one has only been around for like 1 or 2 years, like less than 3 years. That's kind of dangerous in my opinion. You want something that has a long track record so you can kind of see like a good average. So I would go like 10 years. Okay. So like say these are sorted in order from highest to lowest over 10 years, what their average like return is over a 10-year period. Right. So then you have, okay, well, let's select semiconductors portfolio. It's done plus 21% on average over 10 years. Okay. Now, SPY, what is SPY? Can we do this? Can we open a new thing? Can we say, is SPY on here? Yeah, let's compare. It actually, I think it has a comparing tool like directly right in there. But let me see if it has a quick thing. 10 year. So here's what Kimura said, right? 10 year. This is very small. Shit. Where are we at? 10 year right here. 13. Okay, this mimics like the S&P 500. It's like the top 500 companies, right? So somebody went over here and they grabbed all these like semiconductors, which again, I'm assuming semiconductors like chips for like things, right? Over 10 years, it's done 21%. Okay, I'm not telling you that the next 10 years it's going to be like that. I'm just telling you the past 21 years. We can't tell the fucking future. But here's the thing. If you grab some that are up high like this, there's a high likelihood that you're going to make some good money, right? And then I don't care about paying a little bit more expenses for this if I'm making more money, right? So if we go back over to SPY, where does it say the expense ratio? It says 0.09. Really? That seems a little fucking high. I don't know. Wait, down here. Net ratio. 0.09. Wow. You shitting me? Oh, it's 0.7. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, so it's more. It's definitely more. This is more expensive because these are actively managed. The other thing's it's just like an index. But it's still, it's still something to consider. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I do. So anyway, this is how I would do it. I would at least look at it. This is a good way to sort it, good way to see it. Don't, like I said, don't do life of the fun and then just pick this fucking one here that's been like up like, 20 or 83%, right? It's only been 1 year. That doesn't really give you a good track record. You want a long track record, low fees, obviously a high return and everything like that. And then last step is actually relatively easy. Go down the list, and I always do this exercise. If I was picking these right now, this is exactly what I would do. Probably it's a little oversimplistic, but again, okay. So we're all lined up, right? To just go down this list. So I'd click the first one. I'd click the first one that I see in each one of the categories. So technology. So I grab a technology. Then I go down to the next one. Wouldn't really pick that one because I already have a technology. I want to be diversified. So then I'd pick consumer cyclical because that's another one. Technology, no. Technology, no. Large growth, okay, we'll pick that one. And I'm doing 6. 6 is a nice number just so you can do like 1,000 in each one each year. Real simple. Okay, large growth again, no. Health, cool. And what do we have? We have 4, okay. Large growth, got it. Health, already got it. Large, communications, cool. And then like small growth or something like that. And you can obviously, that's telling us the compare thing. Okay, that was an oversimplification, but generally that's what you're looking to do. Long history, high returns, low fees, diversified. It's as simple as I can make it. And I think the actual ones that I have, let's see. I think I have this one, FSCSX. Might have that one. I think I have that index there. And you could do that too. That's another good idea, is maybe throw an index or two in there. Nothing wrong with getting SPY. I just think there's other options that you could definitely make more money with too. I think I have FZ Rocks. I'm not sure where that's at. I just know it's completely free. There's no fees, but it's obviously not like super high in this list. That was like one of the first ones that I ever got. That's it, man. Get a Roth IRA, get some index funds, get some SPY, index funds, actively traded mutual funds. Diversify it up, have fun. But again, though, that's all still, in the traditional market. So if you want to play around with crypto, you can as well. And you could do, like I said, you could have a thing and you could do the same thing here. Any stocks that I'm big on? I'm doing a lot of solar. I had Tesla. I made some money on Tesla as it went up. That's more of Kimura's realm. If you, honest to God, here's the thing. If I wasn't into crypto right now, I would seriously be devoting a fuck ton more time to actually understanding options trading. Because the way that Kimura explained it to me, I could have made a fuck ton of money. But I don't believe enough anymore in the traditional system, just with the way that we're being governed currently. So it's tough for me. That being said, there's definitely opportunities. I would just say that, I really don't have any straight up stock picks because I actually do not own any stocks right now. Actually, that's funny. I own those mutual funds in the Roth and I own cryptocurrency. Yeah, that's crazy. if you're looking for that as well, you could always go into here, open an account, and you could do brokerage account, and then you can make a brokerage account here. So yeah. But I don't know. So, I mean, again, I liked it to be all consolidated. I had everything at Fidelity. Just because it's a pain in the ass to have everything else. One more tip I'll give to you, because this is a pretty good one. If you go to Mint, if you go to this thing or Personal Capital, you can put in all of your different things. Like you can sign up for this thing, and then let me see if I can find like a picture of how this works. Intuit Mint. Let me see if I can find a. It says budgeting, which is a shitty. Here's a kind of a good example, but it's so small. Hang on. You can kind of see that. So like up here, it says like cash, and it says like Wells Fargo, and then it says credit cards. There's a whole list of everything. You'd have cash, credit cards, loans, investments, property, and it will add everything up. It'll sync everything. It'll show your net worth. It'll show your budgeting. It's a really cool tool. I like it. I use it a lot. It's free. I would highly recommend it if you're interested in that. Finance, all that jazz. They don't do a lot with crypto. Currently, I use CoinStats for my my crypto kind of like tracking, but I think it's fucked up too. I don't know. But yeah. So that's where we're at. Go check out the Roth IRA calculator, see how much money you'll have too. But I think that's kind of it. Do we have any more questions? Gotta go buy more crypto. Yeah. Just kidding. All cryptoed out. Oh, look, the ETH gas fees went down as we were here. So do you have to be an affiliate for me to donate for this? I have no idea how Twitch does it. I honestly I'm not an affiliate, if that's what you're talking about, Robbie. I'm not an affiliate for that or anything yet. And honest to God, as a side note there, I don't know if I'd ever want to do that, because like I hear some shitty things about the way that Twitch kind of operates in that regard. Not like it's bad specifically on Twitch, but it's just like there's a lot of people that are, I don't know, like the partner deals, the affiliate things, like some sort of exclusivity. And I'm like live on 4 different platforms right now. So I don't know if I'd ever really want to do that. I just think with my skill set, I could easily go on to like my website and create a way to do that. So, oh, he's a big affiliate guy. Nice, dude. Maybe I'll go do one of those raid your channel things. I don't know what the fuck that even means. Yeah, but maybe one day I'll do like one of those was a hot tub stream. Yeah. I appreciate that, Robbie. Thank you. I built her myself. Yeah. We're working on her. Trying to make her bigger and better, but not that big. There we go. Let's zoom her out a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. Just working on it. Yeah. Yeah, the old ball hockey. The old ball hockey gear. And you can always check my NBHL stats too. And all my other stats. And all these photos that I haven't uploaded yet and videos. But yeah, there she is. The pussy protector, as the kids call it. Mouth guard. Gotta be careful. People taking teeth out. Yeah. And then the gear. The rest of the gear. I actually just changed this. This is fucking sick. I'm really liking this. I got a couple more pictures I need to add. But I like this. How did you get in with the Pioneers? And did you play with the gods? I'm blanking on where you play. Well, I feel like a celebrity. No, so I played. I'm 25. When I started in cadet, I played at Team Pittsburgh. I'll tell you. I'll tell you brief, great story. Okay, I'll tell you the abridged. Is it abridged? Is that small or is that bigger? I don't know. I'll tell you a brief story about my hockey career and some of the downfalls that I will write in my story here over in my memoir one day. Memoir. Okay, so when I was in cadet, I got to Team Pittsburgh like late in a sense. Like I played at Boys and Girls Club, I played at like other fucking places or whatever, and then I came over at cadet like second to last or last year of cadet, whatever year that is. I think it's around 16 or something. Started playing. I was pretty good at the time. I was just young and like a whatever, played hard or whatever. And I was on team. I think Steve Gregory was coaching the first team that I played with down there, and I didn't know anybody. I think I knew one kid or something that like went to my school, and I didn't really know anybody. Played hard, met some people, all that cool stuff. Then I played in freshman as well, and I distinctly remember this. Okay, so I was playing in that in freshman league down there, and I was doing well, and again playing hard or whatever. Specifically got asked by Steve Gregory to like play travel, right? And I was like, but I was young, like I was too young to like understand what was being asked of me. Like play travel on, I guess at the time it was like the mini gods, like the freshman gods. And I was like, I was hesitant because also I didn't really know a lot of people. Like I did, but I didn't. And I was like, and I hesitated, and I ultimately said no, because like the other thing was like, well, I don't know when these tournaments are, I got to fucking work at the goddamn restaurant back then, even then, so like all this other stuff on the weekends, and I said no. So then a year or two later, when I was finally ready to like play travel, it wasn't the time anymore. It was like past my opportunity had passed, but I still played travel. I remember one season for B, and it was like, this is dumb. Like it was silly. Yeah, seriously. So I remember doing that, and I was like, fuck, that was a mistake. Again, hindsight 2020, it's not the end of the world. But I remember specifically, like when you look back on parts of your life and you're like, that was one right there that would have been a little different, at least in that, aspect of my life. Would have been better or worse? I don't know. But I know that I somewhat made a mistake there as far as advancing my hockey career. So when I continued on, I played at Team Pitt, and then I aged out, of whatever, the freshman and everything like that. And then I went to like adult league hockey, which was, with actually Kimura and people out at Deckstar at the time, and Cranberry, I think was another, I can't remember which one was first, but Cranberry as well. Played a lot there, worked the way up through the leagues and everything like that. And it was fun, had a lot of fun playing with everybody, meeting a lot of great people. And then at some point, I was back on the radar of Team Pitt, Corey, and Steve and everything. I can't remember when it was. It was like 4 years ago. And I remember this too, specifically. Okay, so it was like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This happened. I was going to God's practices semi-regularly, and it was like fucking Wednesday or Thursday of the week before Clash of the Titans. And Corey calls me, and I'm hanging out with Amanda, and Corey calls me, and he's like, hey, do you want to go to Clash with us? Somebody can't go or something. And I'm like, I can't, that one was a little more ridiculous. Like, it was like fucking 2 days before I'm going to Canada, and I'm not even sure if I had a fucking passport. Like, it was like, it's like that type of shit. And I was like, okay, I would like to, but I can't. So I turned both of them down at that point now. It's like, fuck. So that was another one. And then, time continues to go by, still playing, bopping around with like Blitzkrieg and stuff like that. And then Blitzkrieg basically has basically died at this point. So then, yeah, exactly. The audacity times two. But yeah, so then that all happens. And now we are back, older, somewhat wiser, whatever. And yeah, so the actual question, rather than giving the whole fucking, the whole story there, is how did I get with Pioneers? I have a long history with like Team Pitt and Steve and all them. It just has never fully like worked out and clicked in all those different ways. And again, I'm not necessarily sure if it's like a huge, like it is a goal of mine. Like on my goal sheet, I have like play for USA, but like that's not something that like I am actively working towards 120%. And that is literally just because I have all these other fucking things that I'm doing. Like if it's something that I can get to and is achievable, that'll be great. But if it's not, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I love the game. I love to play. I love everybody that we've ever played with, and I just enjoy it and love what NBHL has become and is gonna become, you know, in the future. But yeah, that's kind of the story so far. So as far as how I got specifically with Pioneers was Blitzkrieg was supposed to be in like the tournament, and then they backed out because they kind of folded, and then Steve hit me up and he's like, hey, you know, we're always looking for other good players. And then I was like, yeah, sure, I'll play. And then I got on the team for this season as well, which I enjoy. I enjoy playing with you know, with guys that like that take it seriously. They want to continue to win, want to continue to get better. Because I try to play my hardest every time I'm out there. So definitely a stretch, but that's the point of the goals for sure, man. I mean, I set a lot of goals, and I know that sometimes I won't hit them, or sometimes I won't hit them as fast as I want them. Maybe not at all, but if you don't fucking set the goal, then you know you can't score without a fucking goal. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way that you're ever gonna come anywhere close to hitting something if you don't actively try to, you know, set that or have that aim. So the fact that I can say I was once your captain. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I think that makes me a big deal. 100%, man. Yeah. We had a lot of great times out there, Cranberry, Dexter, all that. Nah, man. You know, that's the bigger thing. I think it's an incredible thing here. You know, look at that cool transition. Suck it, Robbie. I'm an affiliate, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I think that's a huge thing there. I think that is awesome to say that you can't do that shit. It's not that hard. Look in the resources. There's a lot of good stuff in there. All the stuff that I use to do all that shit. But yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of good, a lot of great people in that community. It's actually, I use Streamlabs OBS, and then for that, I think the transition's in Streamlabs OBS, but I downloaded it free from somewhere, and like some of the overlays and stuff are Stream Elements is what I used. I haven't fucked with it in a while though. It's a little, leaves a little bit to be desired. And the lights in my room right now are on warm rather than white, so kind of looks a little shitty. But anyway, yeah. So that's the hockey story. That's the story of my hockey career. It's been a fun one, like I said. Again, the biggest thing is the people. I can't tell you how much I enjoy stepping onto a rink and like actually enjoying the company of other people, whether they're on my team or on the other team. I can't like, you know, the bullshit that goes on sometimes where like people just like want to like hurt people in a sense, or like just are out to like, you know, just like carve people up and stuff like that. It's fucking exhausting. It's like, what are you doing with your life? Like, at the end of the day, like, we're literally just running around, you know, chasing a fucking ball around. There's no need to be a fucking crazy person. But yeah. I feel you, man. Anytime you want to go to Banksville, you know, gotta get the band back together. But yeah, it's fun. So we'll see where that goes. Yeah, got a lot going on. We got Samansky Media, the MJS stuff. We got Fueled by Progress, which I'm excited to continue to move forward on. Hopefully we get the trademark and everything wrapped up here pretty soon. We have AM and the PM. I got to just do more delegation, like I said earlier. I have too much stuff going on. I have three web design clients right now, 3 web design projects that I'm working on for my web development company, and that's a lot of shit. So, yeah. You just gotta get a TikTok. Like, now I have a TikTok. Yeah, I have a TikTok. Dude, I got a TikTok, man. I don't have as many followers as Blip. But I got a TikTok. Here you go. There you go.
you got to grow on Twitch. I remember when your recaps were 20 minutes, now you're at 2 hours. Yeah, I can talk about that. I should probably go to sleep though soon because I do have to fucking go to practice at 7 a.m. 7:30. But real quick though, I want to talk about that because I think that's important. I am constantly blaming myself for fucking up on a couple things, and the biggest thing is like the clips on Fueled by Progress and AM and the PM. There's not enough feelers out there. We put good content out, and we don't put enough like little things out on TikTok or on Instagram or on the Clips channel. Like we're not doing that. So it's gods at RMU. Yeah. So but yeah, so it's like just a lot of shit like that. We need to continue to move forward. We need to continue to do that sort of stuff because if we're not expanding like that and like growing on Twitch too, it's like I don't know enough about Twitch specifically. I know enough to get me dangerous. I think that there's not enough searchability on Twitch is a big thing that I hear. So that's why I'm streaming on like YouTube and these other platforms as well. But again, it's like you have to do more than just stream. Like I have to be putting up good content consistently on YouTube for people to care about the stream, and then the stream has to be like, I don't know. I think it's cool to document the stuff that I'm doing, the rundowns of the things that I'm doing like every week and all that. But at the same time though, I could see how it gets boring, and I'm not here to please everybody, but like I know that here's a bigger thing, right? I've talked for 2 hours. Okay. I'm a fucking pro at talking long term. Okay. But there is little nuggets of great information in here that are only going to see the light of day for a few people because I am not going to go back through this and fucking clip them out because I don't want to call myself lazy. I just don't want to fucking do that. So I need to find other people and delegate those tasks out. Maybe not specifically for the streams per se, but like for other things, right? And it's the same exact concept for a podcast. You see everybody do it. You see Joe Rogan do it, and everybody fucking copied him. And it works for people because you take a big conversation that had good stuff in it, you take the little pieces out, you put it out there, and then half of the people are going to watch that and they're going to give comments, or they're going to feedback on that little clip, and then the other half of people are going to watch it and be like, that was pretty good. I want to watch the whole fucking thing. So that's what you got to do. And I'm just currently not doing it to the greatest degree, but it's a process. It takes time. That's where we're at. We're going to continue to do it. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here because I do have to go to sleep. So I'm going to die tomorrow if I don't. Big day. Practice, work, film, podcast. That's it though, guys. Listen, I really enjoy you. Thank you everybody that stopped in. I know we had a few faces in here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you ever have any questions, gotta get on the list, dude. He doesn't invite me specifically. The audacity. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you ever have any questions, let me know. Hit me up about anything. I do my best to answer. And yeah, that's all we got. So thank you. We'll see you boys later.